Oh, hold on, I got my AirPods. These suck, but it's all good. Hold up. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's really hit or miss with these things, but you know, whatever. Let's put on the live chat, see who shows up. Unfortunately, I kind of broke out a little bit, and the camera's making it look even worse. I got some like wind burn in Lake Tahoe, and kind of looked like Two-Face. It was like a perfect line of like wind burn on this side, and then this side just looks glorious, but it is all good. So I just figured it'd be fun to do a Merry Christmas live stream, guys. This is the last live stream before Christmas. And it just so happens Hanukkah is also like right smack dab in the middle. So happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas and whatever else anyone's celebrating. You know, we're all inclusive here at the T3 channel. But I'm very excited because I feel like it's been a very long time since I've been able to like sit down and do a proper outdoors live stream. So very excited. It feels really good outside. It's probably in the 60s. So toupee looks very good today. Just got back from the barber shop. Beard is nice and lined up. Again, so sorry for what's going on there. And I have just such an exciting bit of news for you guys. I'm drinking my Vietnamese iced coffee, okay? The same person made it. The girl who was making really bad Vietnamese coffee made this. But what she doesn't know is last week, I actually spoke to the owners of the place and told them that she was making really bad coffee. So they kind of did a sneaky training period again, a little refresher course for her. So it's very good today. She did a good job. See, guys, everything's right in the world. I'm live streaming outdoors. It's beautiful out, and I have a nice cup of Vietnamese coffee. Jory got someone fired. I didn't. She's still working there, and she didn't seem upset when I walked in. I was scared that when I walked in, she'd be like, the regular? Okay. No, she was fine. Milk and the Moderator says, congratulations. Eric Munoz says, Merry Early Christmas. Chi-Town, California says, a very Merry Christmas Kwanzaa. This is Taco says, hello, Jory, good to see you again. As I said, I have no idea says, yep, back in the 60s. And it feels really good outside because when I was in Tahoe, it was like 20s. And then at night, in the morning, it was like 9. It was literally 9 degrees. But it feels pretty good. So I'm gonna take off this jacket and just chill. Traps are looking lit today, guys. Crazy thing, I haven't gone to the gym in like 2 days. And the traps are just still juicy. Dang. This t-shirt is just flattering. Muhammad says, happy Hanukkah. Thank you so much, brother. William Rizzo, the man, says hello from Marathon in the Florida Keys. Wow, must be nice over there. Cowboy Swami says, did you bring Don Sinacci? Yeah, I brought Don Sinacci and Fabian Napoleano. And they were like, hey, you gotta get my boy some good coffee. You don't get him some coffee, we're gonna have to have a little conversation. You don't want that conversation. So, I had a lot of fun. Let's see, Lee Bishop's here from Wales. Oscar, saludos from Panama. Taylor Parker, co-owner of Warby Parker, still hasn't sponsored me. What the heck is going on? SoCal Watch Reviews. Laszlo Devine says, oh, Captain, my captain. So all the regulars seem to be here. But yeah, it was like 9 degrees in Lake Tahoe. And it was not that bad because I had the proper gear for it. We were actually very comfortable, but yeah, stark contrast to Los Angeles. It's nice and sunny. It gets a little chilly here, but nothing like, you know, nothing like getting snowed in on a mountain. Andrew says, I'm happy you stepped up and talked to the owners, especially after you've been going there for years. What a true man would do. Yeah, man, I figured what really put it in perspective is someone was like, hey, man, if you're a business consultant, why don't you just like consult them and tell them? And I was like, yeah, you're right. So I was like, hey, coffee's not great, man. And they were like, no. Miguel Werf says, hey, dude. Ed from Chicago says, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all. May 2020 be the best year ever. Here's to good health, happiness, and prosperity. Cheers to that, brother. Yeah, dude, it's Hanukkah, it's Christmas. Lined up perfectly this year. Sometimes I've had Hanukkahs like in the early Novembers. I've had Hanukkahs like after Christmas. So I'm very, I'm very excited. Hag Urim Sameach. The Watch Cell says that driving live stream with Connie was entertaining. Make it regular. Yeah, when we go on trips on Saturdays, yeah, I guess we can do that live stream. People were really concerned that I was looking at the phone. I wasn't looking at the phone nearly as much as you guys think. And I wasn't like reading any of the questions, so that's good. And Milcom, the moderator, was like, hey, Connie, why don't you open up the stream on your phone and you can just read it from your phone. That helped out a bunch. So, yeah, we'll do that. Jordan Snyder. Greem says, sir, what state is Tahoe in? It's in 2 states, technically. It's in California and Nevada, Northern California. And you can actually cross the border quite simply. And there's, like, the casinos right on the Nevada side, which is fun. We didn't go to the casinos, but we did cross to go to the other side of the lake. So we were in Nevada and in the NorCal area. Sam Brooks says, I bought ARB lockers for my Defender. Do you have them in your Jeep? Can't wait to install them. I don't have ARB lockers, but I do have lockers front and rear. But ARB is good. But yeah, the Rubicons come with front and rear lockers. That was the main incentive for me to get the Rubicon. Marissa, certified T3 bot, and my sister says, my fern is dying. What should I do? Well, I don't know, Marissa, because you have like 1,000 different measurements and ratios for each one of your plants. So I don't recall which one it is, but look at that cheat sheet and it should tell you. Chi-Town, California says, Nevada, spot on non-West Coast person. I don't know which, I say it 50-50, Nevada and Nevada. I don't really, and you writing it out, I don't know if that means va or va. David Graham says, best watch to watch Star Wars in. Oh man, it's like the 3rd time I've ever sneezed on a live stream. Excuse me. Best watch to watch Star Wars in, maybe an Invicta with the R2-D2 dial. Cowboy Swami says, thoughts on G-Shock Gravity Master GPW 2000. Gravity Master is really freaking cool. It's a whole lot of watch. I would get a Mud Master because it aligns more with what I do. But the Gravity I don't think you can go wrong with the Gravity Master. It's a sick watch. William Rizzo says, it's not pronounced Nevada, it's pronounced Nevada. Sam Brooks says, I'd rather have your TJ than a JK or JL. He's referring to the Jeep body designations, and I absolutely agree with you. The TJ was the last true Jeep, in my opinion. And it's not just because I have a fetish for older things. It's because last straight 6 engine, last, full metal tub, hit it with a hammer, fix it. Nowadays, everything is computerized, and they switched up the engines to the 3.6 and the 3.7, 3.8, and it's just ruined everything. Chi-Town, California says, Mud Masters for those overlanding adventures. Exactly, man. I didn't know if I should bring my Mud Master to I spit a little bit. I'm so sorry. I didn't know if I should bring my Mudmaster to Tahoe, but I ended up bringing the Boulder. Number one, because I wanted to test it and actually beat it up, but also because I figured that black and orange would contrast really well with the bright white of the snow. So Noel says, hi Jory, it's my birthday today. I'm happy to see you on live, brother. Well, everybody please wish Noel Abelush a very, very happy, healthy birthday, and cheers. Everyone, let's cheers in the comment section. Here's to many more. Adam Hewitt says, I had a motorcycle accident, damn, just over a year ago and spent 5 months in the hospital. Thanks for being one of the channels that kept me sane while I couldn't move. Damn, that is heavy. I am honored, I am flattered, but that was all you, bro. That was all your strength that got you through that. Motorcycle accidents are no joke, and being in a hospital for 5 months is no joke. And man, I'm praying for you. Sounds like you're doing better though, so that is awesome. Super stoked for you, but yeah, man, congrats. Merrick says, I was just about to nap, then I realized Dr. T3 is live. Pretty sure you're much closer to being a doctor than I am. Everybody's wishing them a happy birthday to Noel and Adam, praying that he's getting better. Joel Taborski says, it's okay, Jory, I also spit a lot when I talk. Glad to see you today, my friend. Happy holidays. Can't say Merry Christmas anymore. I might offend you or someone else on your channel. Well, you definitely won't offend me. I might not be religiously aligned with Christmas, but that's, I don't see why I can't celebrate though, you know? That's also weird. Like, why as an American can't you just be okay with celebrating Christmas regardless of anyone's belief? Like, I say Merry Christmas because that's a great holiday and it's really fun, and I love the music, I love the food, I love the atmosphere. I don't know why it's not okay to say Merry Christmas. I say Merry Christmas, but I also understand that I celebrate Hanukkah. That's fine. And I hope that the Christmas observers don't get upset that I also, like, I kind of see Christmas as an American holiday. I hope that's not too controversial. I'm not trying to be offensive in the other way, but yeah, I kind of see Christmas as a American holiday. So I celebrate Christmas, and I also celebrate Hanukkah. Big deal. Adam Hewitt says, do you your own beard? Oh, do I do my own beard trims or go to a barber? I go to a barber, and it gets cut pretty much every week because I grow hair all the way up to like here, and it's really gross. And then if I didn't, it would be a very long beard. So I have them, trim it, shape it. I have like wind burn here. My skin got all wonky on this side, and I don't sleep on this side, which is really crazy. So they said it was dried out a little bit, and whatever. Greem says, sir, your view on Christmas is sensible. There are those who seek offense. That's true. You're spot on, man. Roll the Dice says, angry Europeans income. Milk of the Moderator says, I don't believe anyone's actually offended by Merry Christmas. Yeah. People just look for things to get upset about. Chi-Town, California, very exciting question. Says, Jory, any advice for bulking up the wrist? Bicep curls have little impact. So here's what I recommend. Deadlifts, and I'm not even joking. Deadlifts, double overhand grip, and I'm not hook grip. Hook grip is cheating if you want to build up your actual forearm strength. Okay, so double overhand grip deadlifts, also double overhand grip farmer's carries. That means you pick up something heavy, you mark off a distance, and you just walk with it, okay? That's what got me, like, very strong forearms. Also, there's the whole, pot of rice trick. I don't know if you guys did that, but I did that extensively in my early 20s. You take a pot or a bucket, you pour rice in it, and you stick your hand in it, uncooked rice, and you just move it around. You literally move your hand around in that bucket of rice, and boy oh boy does your hand get pumped. Your arms get pumped, and that's the only reason why I can deadlift the way I do without, straps or anything. So that's what I did for forearm strength. And yeah, I hope that helps. Bucket of rice trick, do that. Also, double overhand pulls for sure. Double overhand farmer carries. And when I mean double overhand, I mean thumb over. I don't mean hook grip. And then also, I do, as accessories, concentrated supinated forearm curls as well. And I do that because if I know by the end of that training session, by the way, I train grip once a week. So I'll know that it's affecting my grip when at the end of the workout, I can barely close my hands. Then I know that it is actually affecting my strength, and then that's a good thing. Catalino Sopleario, very cool name. I'm so sorry if I butchered it, but that's a very exotic, fancy name. With the super chat, thank you so much. He says, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah, Jory. Thoughts on Bertucci Field? Owned or plan on owning any? Up the likes, people. Well, thank you for the super chat. Also, I don't have any thoughts on them as far as I haven't owned any. However, I do want to get some, so in 2020, I can start reviewing marathon watches, Bertucci watches, and actually put them through their paces. So I do have plans on picking them up for the channel. If I end up actually liking them, then yeah, of course I will keep it. But yeah. So I wish I had more experience in person to tell you right now, but just stay tuned for 2020 and those reviews will be up. The one thing that bothers me is that it doesn't have a threaded crown and it has like a 50-meter water resistance rating. So that's already kind of a negative from what I've heard. J-Rod says, Merry Christmas, Jory. Beard game is strong. Thank you. Gitmo Holiday, which is the funniest name I've ever seen on YouTube, says, I had to do that often in a bucket of cooled butter at my work. He worked at a bakery. Roll the Dice says, how often have you been to Europe? I've never been to Europe, unfortunately. Cowboy Swami says, thoughts on tritium tube watches. So, tritium is fun, okay? Because it doesn't need an external light source to emit some light, right? Nothing will ever sway me against LumaBright, though. LumaBright is so freaking cool. And it's not because it's Seiko, it's because it truly is one of the most vibrant looms I've ever seen. But I would like more companies to have tritium tubes in their field watches because I think that would be very interesting. Sam Brooks with the super chat says, I wanted to say Happy Hanukkah and Merry Christmas. Thank you so much, brother. The super chats are much appreciated. Illuminati Certified T3 bot and moderator says, have a nice stream. We'll be more active in the new year. Amen to that, brother. I'm gunning for 100K, guys. We're going to hit 100K in 2020. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. Can we get there? Cream Spence says, sir, other than your teeth, if you had a pot of LumaBright, what would you paint? My nails, obviously. Roll the Dice says, do your friends and family buy you watches for Christmas or do they leave it to you? I think it was more common before I was as prominent in the watch world, because now I think it's intimidating for others to try to find me a watch. I'm not opposed to it, but I think it's more I don't know if Marissa's here, my sister, but I think it's a little bit intimidating for my family to try to find me a watch. But Connie, because she spends a lot of time with me personally, she's very sneaky. So she's purchased me like almost, I think like 8 watches or something. So, and it's because she has the inside scoop. James K, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, I think it's clear Jory's hard to shop for. I don't think so. Aragon, my man, says, what's the worst gift that someone can give someone that's a watch fanatic? Probably an Invicta. Jonathan Hernandez says, she got you that Alpinist. You mean this one? She did. Sam Brooks says, Connie's a good girlfriend. That's pretty sweet that she can find watches for you. Yeah, man, she's the best. Sidetown, California says, worst watch to give a watch addict? An Apple Watch. Roll the Dice says, I once obliterated a broken Invicta with a double-barreled. Yeah. Can't even say that word because YouTube's algorithm will just shut it down. But that's sick. Paul Cordas says, greetings from Poland. What's going on, man? Merry Christmas, brother. James K says, demonetized. Reading comments. So people, yeah, people are saying the worst gift would be a movement. Yeah, I don't know. Movement watches is so perplexing because so one of the episodes that had, I don't know if I can consider it went viral, but one of the episodes on my channel that still to this day gets a lot of views is exposing movement watches. That episode I made. Teddy featured a clip of it in his documentary. That episode still gets so many comments, okay? And what's perplexing about movement isn't themselves, right? Like we already know the product is very clearly trashed. That's not like what's confusing. What's perplexing is how incredibly oblivious yet fervently angry these people in the comment section defend movement. And so it got me thinking, are these people defending movement because they purchased one and they like kind of don't like someone speaking against something because they don't want to have buyer's remorse? Is that it? Or are they actually defending the brand because they really like the brand? I think it's the first one. I think these people purchased a movement, they Googled it maybe, and my video pops up, and because they just spent like $150, $120 or plus dollars on one, they feel the need to like viciously attack me. And it's just, it's crazy. But yeah, that's what's so perplexing about that brand, is that the product is so clearly like not a good, well-made watch, but the people so viciously defend it. It is crazy. Reading comments. Hello, Rares says hello from Romania. Merry Christmas. What's going on? Sean Andrews from Baltimore. Chi-Town, I can't say that, bro. I'll get demonetized. Johnny Watches, certified T3 bot. Yes, I will. Forgive me. We've been very busy getting all the watches out, trying to get them out before Christmas. Mr. XT-Man 92 says, people don't like being told they wasted their money. That's very true. I think that's what it is. They don't want buyer's remorse. They don't want to be told, I made a bad purchase. Sam Brooks says, they use B and C and E-class celebrities to sell. That's true. Chi-Town, California says, they're defending movement because they know they have buyer's remorse and they're trying to save face. Yeah. Michael says they got sucked into the marketing. That's very true. Jeffrey or Joffrey says, thoughts on the Hoyer Monaco? That's one of the only good watches that TAG still makes. Very happy they still have it on their roster. There's a few different dial variants. There's a green dial. There's a classic blue dial. They even have a black kind of gunmetal slate dial. I would wear all of them. I really like that watch. It is a very sporty chronograph and it has a 100 meter water resistance rating, so you really don't have to baby it. And it's a very prolific racing chronograph, and someone that enjoys cars, I would love to own one. Ooh! A Monk 93 says, wristwatch check. Taco says, time for a wristwatch check. Let's do that. Let's do that. See, the Lumibrite's even glowing here. So guys, I'm wearing my Sarbo 17 Alpinist. Let me get it in some decent light here. So sorry. So sorry. This is my Sarbo 17 Alpinist. Connie got it for me years ago. And this is on a Barton sailcloth leather strap. This is a newer release from Barton. And they sent it to me. I got to test it. So special thanks to Barton. For the sailcloth strap. When I first saw it in that, they call it Army Green, the first watch I thought about was my Alpinist. I was like, you know what, that would look great on this. So, yeah, I did it, and I think it looks amazing. Barton makes some good stuff, man. Richard Mondu says, hey, Jory, what's going on, bro? Grey Cats 99 says, hey, Jory, Merry Christmas from an Italian living in the Netherlands. Wow, very exotic, very cultured. Joshua says, I hope the stream has no bad coffee this time. This is actually quite good. Shosh Duta says, I tried talking to a girl in a bar. I called her Samsung smartwatch trash. She called my Breitling old man's watch and walked away. Well, maybe, I mean, you're right. But maybe that's not the best opener. Maybe work on your approach. I don't know if I was trying to talk to a girl, if I would immediately put one of her belongings down. So maybe work on your approach, but yeah, you are right. At least she knows you're not a liar. Rob says, late to the show, freezing here in New Hampshire. What's up, Jory? Yeah, I was just in like 17-degree weather, 9-degree weather at one point in Lake Tahoe. But yeah, I miss New England. Sam Brooks says, Jory, will you be getting married in 2020? Any baby time tellers on the way? I guess you guys will have to wait and see, won't you? Let's get some better light on this angle. Mr. X-Men says, yeah, that's a horrible icebreaker. Hey, your watch is trash. Hey, Smitty says, hello from outside Chicago. Yo, send me a deep dish, man. I could really go for some deep dish pizza right now. Yo, you know what's crazy, guys? I don't know if it's someone's yelling. I don't know if anybody can relate to this feeling. I don't drink, okay? And it's not a religious thing. Jews are allowed to drink, whatever. I just never got into it. So I don't really experience the hangover, okay? But I get like MSG hangover, okay? And so Connie and I, we grabbed some hot pot. Now hot pot it's one of my favorite foods, okay? For those of you who don't know, it's kind of like a big bowl of soup base, and you can throw vegetables, meats, literally whatever you want, noodles. It's just very good, especially when it's a little bit chilly out. And so hot pot's like a go-to thing. If we don't know what to eat, we'll go get some hot pot. So we went to Little Sheep, and Little Sheep hot pot is very prominent in Asia, and there's a few different places here. And it's fairly traditional. But the soup base is so good, okay? And it's not too salty, it doesn't taste too extreme when you're eating it, but it is so good. But when you wake up the next day, you get like this MSG hangover where you kind of just feel a little bit bloated. You feel like, oh man, I need some water. I need to drink some water. I need to take an aspirin. But yeah. And what got me thinking about that is like, wow, I really need this coffee right now because the hot pot like knocked me out. And I think what it is, it's not so much the MSG. I think it's that I just eat so much when I eat hot pot because they have all you can eat. So like, I'm just like, yeah, come on, more. We want more orders of this fatty Angus. Come on. So, and of course, when I walk in, I'm this like big white dude with a beard, and they're like, oh no. Guys, when we do a meetup somewhere, we're all gonna do a hot pot. I hope everyone's cool with that. Sam Brooks says, I'm saying it now, predict Jory and Connie tie the knot. A101 Est NCO says, hello from Alaska. Man, must be chilly over there. What do I think? Al asks what I think of Milanese or shark mesh. It depends on the watch, right? I really like Milanese on certain watches. I think classic dress watches look really good on Milanese. You know what people don't really consider is that the Sarbo 6.5 and some of the Presages look really nice on Milanese bracelets. Can't go wrong with a classic bead of rice. So yeah. I am a coffee influencer, guys, by the way. Drink Pedialyte to get over the MSG hangover. Yeah, I might need that. Hopefully this coffee will wake me up. Yeah, people are agreeing. Hot pot's the best. What Joshua asks, what's worse? Someone wearing a Samsung watch or a fake Rolex or AP or whatever? The fake. If you have if you have a watch that, you know, we just don't happen to like, that's just a watch we don't happen to like. But if you're wearing, if someone's wearing a watch, okay, whether you like the watch or not, that is subjective. Okay, so I can look at a watch on someone else's wrist and be like, yeah, I like that, or oh, I don't like that, but whatever. That's just my opinion. That's just like my opinion, man. But if someone's wearing a fake watch, that's not subjective. The fact is, that is objectively fake. Yeah, if someone has like a Samsung smartwatch or an Apple Watch or an Invicta or something, that's way better than someone wearing a fake watch and trying to pass it off as real. People are freaking out because Marissa's here. Marissa says, Marissa, certified T3 by my sister, says, sorry, I was gone, but Jory is easy to shop for. He will pretend he likes everything you buy because he is nice, but I can tell if he hates it. The jig is up. James Case said, thank God Marissa's back. Marissa's gonna love this. Joshua says, if you and Connie have a child, you need to call your offspring a name beginning with L. Why? For JLC. Jory for J, Connie for C, and it can be the JLC gang. Yeah, I don't know. What would it be? Lewis? Liam? Ligma? Yeah, I'm just kidding. We'll get demonetized. J-Rod says, Marissa, what gives it away? The overzealous smile. Grimspen says, sir, you mentioned previously you read books. Would you being a review on any of your channel? I think you're asking if I'd review any books on my channel. Yeah, I'd like to review some watch books. I kind of mentioned a man and his watch recently. Marissa, certified T3 by my sister, says we have twin telepathy. That is very true, actually. So that's how she can tell. That palm tree at our 11 o'clock is gorgeous. Yeah, beautiful. My girlfriend and her sister have the telepathy. I can't get away with anything. Lee Bishop says, "Hey Jory, have you watched The Game Changers on Netflix about plant-based eating? Not sure if you could handle no meat." Yeah, I can't handle that, man. I don't think I could handle that. Marissa and Connie will agree. I don't know if I would consider it a sweet tooth, because I do really like sweets. I'm not gonna lie. I really do like sweets. But I prefer the stuff that's like really bad for me, like French fries or pizza, or like savory, greasy, umami stuff that's not great for anybody. That's the stuff I like really crave. So, dude, a good brownie, or some coffee ice cream, or even chocolate. I like chocolate. So like, I like sweets, but I wouldn't really consider it a sweet tooth. I just like savory, greasy, dude, crispy tater tots or French fries or noodles. That stuff is what will really get me in trouble. So I don't even remember what the question was, but now I'm thinking of food and I'm really, really hungry. Oh, plant-based eating. So what I was getting at is, I think what would mess me up is that, again, like hot pot is something I really crave, or Korean barbecue is, and again, I live in LA, so I'm kind of at this epicenter of all these different cuisines, and if I want really good Korean barbecue, I can just go to Koreatown. Or if I want like really good Japanese food, I can go to Little Tokyo or Sawtell. Or if I want, really good Chinese food, I can go to 626. So it would be very hard for me not to fall into the temptation of eating like a really greasy plate of like short ribs or something. So yeah, I don't know if I could do no meat. Chocolate mousse is my kryptonite. Chocolate mousse is freaking delicious. You know what's really good? A good cheesecake, man. Or creme brulee. Or panna cotta. Dude, panna cotta is with some like raspberries. Oh! Why are we talking about food, man? It's gonna ruin the rest of my day. I'm gonna have to eat all of these things. And, Andrew Pereira says, "Yeah, Jory, is there something you're not telling us? I have a feeling. Is this in regards to Connie?" My son is already named Link, my cat. I love Link. LB Fooley says, "Merry Christmas." Merry Christmas, brother. Lord Tito 88 says, "Shalom. Greetings from Sweden, rocking the Bluer Astromaster. Enjoy, brother. Shalom." I will not read any Lenin. Dima says, "How come it's nearly Christmas and you're out in a t-shirt?" Well, it's because I'm in Southern California and it gets chilly in the morning and chilly in the evening, but during the day it's like in the 60s. So I'm good. I think also, I just came back from Tahoe, so it's kind of like my bearings all wonky. It was very cold over there, so now it kind of just feels good. Full ceramic case or just bezel insert? It depends on the watch, Dima, but I'm going to say bezel because I didn't fall into the whole ceramic fad. Steve says, "Jory, the T3 shop is all sold out." Mazel tov, thank you. Any new inventory coming up that you can mention? Also, affogato. Oh, man. There's a place called Bae, B-A-E, in Little Tokyo, and they do soft serve stuff. They have really interesting flavors, and they're known for these kind of unique soft serve flavors, and they have a really good affogato with some really creamy soft serve and very strong coffee. It's very, very good. So when we go there to Little Tokyo and we get some udon or something, will often go to Bay at the end of the night, and I'll get some affogato, and then I won't be able to sleep, but it'll be worth it because it's very good. Joel Robertson, we're not expecting that I know of, so not yet, but you guys will be the first to know, so don't worry. Chi-Town, California says pho or ramen. I don't know why I can't have both. I actually really love both. If I had to choose one, see, it has to do. It's kind of a weird thing. So, for instance, if it's a very cold day and I feel like I have a cold or something, there's nothing that beats a nice clean bowl of pho. Putting in that sambal or some sriracha and then some of the hoisin sauce and a bunch of lime, dude, that'll like wake you up. And the clean broth, it's just very, it's almost like, you know, it's almost like Jewish penicillin. It's like matzo ball soup. It tastes good. But if I'm really hungry, there's nothing that beats like a really thick, creamy bowl of ramen, dude. Porky ramen. Heck yeah. Aragon says, if you can have one dessert, we're talking about food all day, which is fine. Actually, real quick, I just wanted to mention something. I want to keep talking about food, but real quick. J-Rod says, the only bae I have is Jory. Nataku, certified T3 bot and moderator. What's going on, brother? Real quick, I do want to talk about food, but someone mentioned that the T3 shop is sold out. It is sold out. So, what I'm going to do, if you guys are okay with it, is there will be a restock upcoming, but we probably will not be able to get all the watches in before Christmas. So what I'm going to do, and there's 103 people here, my regular, so I'm going to tell you, but you guys can't tell anybody else. I'm going to do a post-Christmas blowout. So we're going to get all the inventory. We're going to get some last-minute inventory that we weren't able to post before Christmas, and I'm going to post it after the holiday, and then we're going to finish 2019 strong. So I'm going to try to make sure everything is under 500, and we're going to extend kind of that end of the year blowout, and I hope you guys are interested in a restock, one last restock before the end of the year. But also, it was just gonna be too complicated getting all the watches in, getting pictures of them with the different couriers, excuse me, because, you know, the holidays are a wreck with USPS. So, yes, stay tuned. There will be a restock in 2019. I'm going to try very hard to get it in and up. But even if I miss the deadline a little bit, don't worry. I'm going to extend the sale a little bit to celebrate 2020. So if you guys are interested, we will still have a restock. D Michokan, I'm so sorry, says, I'll just call you D, says, also, can you fix the site so that the ones that were already sold don't show up? No, I keep them there so that people have an idea of what we sell. I don't post the prices, because if we post the prices of the watches that have already been sold, people will be confused. People don't like there being a price, and then when you go there, they find out that there's none in stock. So I understand that feeling, so I don't want to do that to anybody else. Dave Nolan says, happy Hanukkah. Thank you so much, brother. Okay, back to food. I'm just kidding. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Let me read the questions. I will not name my son Tudor. Great Cat says, panna cotta, yeah, baby, it's delicious. Capsulon. Barf and fries. I've never had that, but I mean, I'm down. Is it like poutine or something, or is it like chili fries? I love poutine. Joshua says, Jory, will you be doing any baseball caps? He doesn't want a cap with that beautiful beard on it. I wish I could grow my beard as long as you. We are going to release some caps. Guys, check out the merch. There's some merch there, guys. We've had people buying stuff from Australia. We've had people buying the merch in Israel. We've had people buying the merch in the US. It's going international, guys. I want you guys to rep the T3 brand. Please check out some merch. We have coffee mugs as low as like $11. So great stocking stuffers. I'm not trying to plug this too hard, but it is so flattering to see you guys wearing the stuff. So yeah, rep it, please. Mike B with Super Chat says, idea on rectangular auto with loom. Rectangular automatic with loom. Guys, help me out in the comment section. DM me, let me think of some options for you. Okay, if I could have one dessert for the rest of my life. Give me like 2 minutes. Malcolm the Moderator says, it's pizza, Jory. It's actually very funny because it's like Milcom knows me too well. I used to do this thing in college called dessert first. And I still kind of do it. Like last night I was so hungry. Connie and I went to Little Sheep, and at Little Sheep, they have a self-serve ice cream machine. And so we're waiting for them to bring us out like our soup base, and I walk over to the table with like 2 big things of ice cream. And Connie's not even surprised at this point. Connie's just like, that's Jory. Nataku, thank you so much. But okay, if I could have one dessert for the rest of my life, maybe my mom's homemade apple pie with coffee ice cream. I'm just an American boy. My mom makes really good apple pie, so maybe an apple pie with coffee ice cream. I hope that counts. A la mode. Coffee ice cream is my favorite ice cream, and you just can't beat a good apple pie. So I'm showing my my patriotic colors there. BT from Orange County, what's going on, OC? I'm late. How was the coffee? The coffee's actually quite good because I spoke to the ownership of the place and I told them it was slacking, so they fixed it. Cowboy Swami with a super chat says, any case material more durable than tegimented submarine steel? It's hard to say, dude, because I'm not an engineer, so I don't have all the VIX hardness scales and understanding of all the steels and materials, so I wouldn't know. These like teenagers are getting into their car and they're like, what's this guy doing? You know what's always funny? I wonder if people think I'm like FaceTiming with someone, like some like pen pal or something. That's a good question, Cowboy Swami. I don't know, because I'm not like an engineer or a geologist or a metallurgist or an alchemist. Joshua says, I came across loads of watch channels this year. However, yours is hands down the best. Thank you so much. It's fun, informative, and most importantly, it's not so uptight like the rest of them. I pray you get to 150K in 2020. Man, thank you so much. That would be amazing. I'm blessed to have the followers I already have. My goal is 100,000 because I think that, I don't know, that's just a benchmark that I have in my head that I really want to hit. I'm blessed to have each and every one of you, Joshua, so I don't want you guys thinking that I'm disappointed. I'm very happy. I mean, dude, who can just turn on a live stream on a Saturday and hang out with like 100 people on average? Like, that's crazy. On average, 100 people I get to chill with every week. That is bizarre in a way. Like, not a lot of people get to do that. And so in a way, we have a meetup every week, and that's a blessing, and that's not common in the world. And this isn't supposed to be a sob story, but starting the businesses that, you know, I've started, the shop, yes, but also the channel and the consulting, it's hard to manage time. And actually, my Uncle Reed is here, and he knows all about that because I've been talking to him. He says, nephew, the Marine reporting into your T3 Army. Well, we always need some devils in here, so you are more than welcome, devil. But what I'm getting at is socializing is not on, it's not an ability that I have too often. And so I'm not trying to be woe is me, but it's hard to have a bunch of friends and socialize as you grow up, obviously, but also as your obligations and dedications increase. And so what I'm getting at is, dude, I have 100 people on average every week that I get to meet up with on a Saturday, and I don't know what more I could ask for. So 150,000 subscribers in 2020 would be amazing, but I'm happy with where I'm at. So I thank you guys. And so cheers. This one's for you guys. And I still owe Uncle Reed an email, but I've been so freaking busy. I'm so sorry, Reed. I feel like a jerk, but I'm so sorry. Another thing that I understand from talking to a few people is my channel doesn't grow as fast as other ones in the watch world because it's not as palatable to the majority of watch collectors. Do you know what I mean? I don't get down on myself. Like, my channel's doing very well. We keep growing consistently every month, so I'm not upset about it. But I also understand that we don't grow as fast as other watch channels because the content I put out is not very typical. We're not very spec heavy. We're not very tech heavy here at the Time Teller channel, and I pretty much just go on rants and yell at the camera, and that's not what a lot of people in the watch world want. So as Al just said, I'm an acquired taste, and I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that, because the people that do end up subscribing, they're the real ones that really do want this kind of content, and that's all I can ask for. Jesus Mario Martinez Garcia, that's a powerful name, man, says you should call the live streams T3 and chill. Amen. Joshua says, we're grateful for your channel, Jory. Well, I'm grateful for you. Milk and the moderator says 100-person FaceTime call. That'd be crazy if we could have dude, in the future, we're gonna have like screens where all of us are just chilling. That'd be so cool. Steven, Certified T3 Bot says, would you ever want to do a T3 workout challenge to help everyone get motivated? I would absolutely love that, but Reed might need to lead us in the motivation department, because he is a Marine and he is motivated, so he might have to lead that PT. Temp check, Oregon, it's 48 and cloudy. Guys, tell me what it is in Los Angeles. It's actually quite sunny now, so I'm going to flip. I'm a flip. BRB. Can you see me? Those teenagers were innocent MVMT wearers. Where is this rumor starting with Connie and I? Did Connie tell you guys something? What did that girl tell you? William says, you have an awesome sense of humor. Well, I appreciate that, brother. So do you. Car guy, 427, my man. On 4J rods. Unfortunately, I like consuming calories and not burning them. Amen, brother. Read. Rah. Oorah. Reed, I am already motivated, sir. Challenge Archie Luxury to a jiu-jitsu match. I would tap out immediately, dude. I don't know if I could handle all that power. Big Zayev says, hello from Kazakhstan, from Almaty, Kazakhstan. Thank you for your videos. Great job. Thank you so much, man. Bongo says, do you ever regulate your watches yourself? So I don't tinker around with my watches, guys. And you'll be very happy to know I don't tinker around with your watches that I sell you at the Time Teller shop, because I'm not a watchmaker. And that is a lot of responsibility, and I know where my strengths are and I know where my strengths aren't. So I don't do that. Reading comments. Steve Place says, Jay, what brand are you most excited to see new release from in 2020? Since shows are shifted, timing is all over the place. Okay, so in 2020, sorry, I'm looking at my watch because the light is glistening off that green dial. I absolutely love it. In 2020, what am I most excited to see? I think what's going to be interesting is there's going to be the same similar hype, okay? People are still going to freak out about Rolex and whether or not they're going to discontinue the Submariner. They won't, okay? That's going to be the same thing that happens. There's going to be the same hype around Seiko upping the prices on certain watches, and that's going to happen. Dima says 2020 equals price increases. That's accurate with certain things. If there's one brand that I'm very excited to see, it's going to be where Grand Seiko places themselves, okay? Because it's very clear that they're making a big push to differentiate themselves from Seiko. So if there's one brand that I'm very excited to see, it's Grand Seiko, to see where their prices are and where they are in general. But I am just I mean, you guys know my top 5 companies, so I'm just excited to see where all of them are at in 2020. I want to see new releases from JLC. I want to see new releases from Vacheron. I want to see new releases from Rolex, of course, but I don't think it's going to be as people. I'm sorry for the rant. Dean's not here, so I have to like. Are you guys going to authorize me for a rant real quick? William J, what's going on? Tim Lara, what's going on? Vince Goodrum, what's going on, brother? I'm gonna do a little rant. Gimby Dude says go for it. Jesus says go for it. Sakari says I authorize. Okay. Here's my issue, okay? And this is gonna be a bit of a rant. I don't think Rob says fired up. Alright. My New Hampshire brother says we are a go. Rant drive engage. Okay. What bothers me is I'm not the type of person that says minimize your expectations so that you are less disappointed. I'm not saying that, okay? I think people should expect a lot from themselves because once you start expecting a lot from yourselves, you will light a fire under your butt and you will kick your butt in gear. That's what I needed to do, that's what I did, and that's what I'm striving to do more and more every day. You need to expect a whole lot from yourself, okay? My bad. I got a phone call. We're good. Hear me out. People do need to I'm back in gear. I have the same train of thought, so don't worry. People need to expect a lot from themselves. So I'm not saying to minimize your expectation of the world. That's not what I'm saying. However, what seems to happen every year, which makes me go crazy, is that people look at brands like Rolex, okay, and they think that some new crazy thing is going to happen with Rolex's roster. It never happens, guys, okay? It never happens. So I'm not saying minimize your expectation. I'm saying just be smart. Look at what Rolex has always done, okay? Rolex always has had the same consistent roster. They've changed little things here and there,
They've always had very consistent roster. That's a sick Mustang, although I prefer the fastbacks, if I'm totally honest. So I don't understand when people look at Rolex's roster just because a new year, people are like, oh my God, something crazy is going to happen. And then when Rolex does something, people are like, God, Rolex is so dumb. They don't do anything. It's like, blah, blah, blah. It's like, guys, Rolex never does anything crazy. So they always are doing little tweaks here and there. So stop building it up. Like I make videos every year around SIHH, and I do videos every year around Basel World. And I'm always the one being like, yeah, guys, what they released is not worth the hype. Stop freaking out because they never do anything different. But it's yeah. So rant over, but I hope you guys understand kind of what I'm getting at. Like, just have some high hopes for sure. But when they don't, when they like, I'll be freaking out when they do. Here's what I'll say. I will freak out when they actually do discontinue the Submariner. People are saying my mic sounds weird. Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Milcom, James, moderators, audio check, please. I'm looking for my AirPod case. I might need to put it back in the AirPods. AirPod mic check, guys. Some moderators, please. Milcom says it sounds good to him. It's way muted. James K says it's good to him. Lee says okay. Guys, it might be a bad connection on your end if it's sounding weird, but I guess it's okay for other people. We're going to hope it clears up. Wait, now people are saying it sounds like a tuna can. I think it's just lag. Hold on, guys. Is this better? Can you guys hear me? Mustang. Hold on. Might be lag. Vince says, I bought a Tudor, still never been a Submariner person, just hate water. Mike sounds fine to me. Awesome. Jeremy, what's going on? He says, I think the Cellini proves to Rolex that people don't really want anything new from them. Yeah, well, they also don't do a good job with their Cellini, so. Cowboy said, with a super chat, says, would you do rate and roast videos if we send you pics in our collections? I think it'll be hilarious and entertaining. So I've been getting questions about that forever since I started the channel, and I don't want to do that because collections are very personal and collections are very subjective. So guys, what you guys want in your collection is it's your collection, and I don't think I really have the right to review it. I know some other people do that, but I don't know if I want to do that because I don't want to put people down for their collections. So reading comments, but yeah, let's get some more fast fire questions, guys. Kevin says, I'm going to try one more time, ... Rolex bothers me because I feel like it's a non-watch lover's grail generic choice of watch. Should this bother me as much as it does? I don't think that it should. I mean, people like what they like, right? That's not really. Okay, I don't like many modern Rolexes, all right? And I understand that Rolex has such high amounts of brand equity that is what people think about when they think wristwatches, okay? But that's not necessarily Rolex's fault.
Rolex is one of my top 2 brands probably, but it's because I look at what they've done for the watch world and I look at some of their vintage offerings, and yeah, I love Rolex. I love Rolex. Danier Wick says, why do you rant so much? I don't know. I think I'm a sociopath. Milk and the Moderator says, I keep finding myself looking at all the metal G-Shock squares. I think I'll end up pulling the trigger on one in 2020. Do it, brother. Kevin says, this helped. Thank you. I'm glad, brother. But you gotta like what you like. Don't worry about... Just because everyone likes Rolex doesn't mean that you're missing out on something. If you don't like Rolex, you don't like it. For instance, a lot of people really like Invicta. I don't like Invicta that much, but people like what they like. People don't like what they don't like. Snowflake or Datejust. If we're looking at the modern Datejust versus the Snowflake, I would go Snowflake. Andrew says, Connie, question mark? What about it? Chattown, California says, you should literally not give a hoot about what others think of your watch. You're not buying them. Yeah, you're not wearing watches for them and you're not buying watches for them. Rooted Rotor says, do you like the 42mm Explorer 2 Polar? No. I like, so this is going to be a little confusing maybe. Try to keep up. In Polar, okay, I think the Polar dial looks much better with the red GMT hand. Okay, that's my opinion. I think that it looks much better with the red GMT hand and the true slim lug 40mm sizing. That's the watch to get. Okay, now the black dial, if we're looking at the black dial, then I think the black and the orange contrast very well. And so then the 42mm, I've actually worn that. Someone I know owns the 42mm black dial Explorer 2. I think that looks great. I think it wears quite well. So if I want a black dial Explorer 2, then I might get the 42mm. If I want a Polar Explorer 2, I'm getting the 16570, and that's the one that I own. Sam says, yeah, screw them. Same goes for cars. Yeah, I agree. JG says, Jory, will you ever have Rolex on your online shop? Yeah, I will. I most likely will. If you guys buy them, are you interested? Gar U Neil says, any opinion on the Laurier Neptune? So I don't know that watch that you're referring to, but I am familiar with Laurier. You know, they wrote to me and asked if I wanted to review a watch. I replied and said yes, and then they just ghosted me. They did not follow up with me. So I guess they don't want to be on the Time Teller channel. Reading comments. Al M says, what would you say are some iconic traditional pilot watch brands? Technically Cartier, believe it or not. The Santos Dumont was one of the first men's wristwatches and one of the first, it's like the first pilot's watch. I think IWC has some very iconic watches. I think Stowa, Laco. I think there's a lot of really cool, really interesting pilot's watches out there. Michael says, Subaru question, how hard was it to install that front light bar? Very, very easy because it screws into the bottom radiator mount. So it's very strong because it's on the frame, essentially. Hamilton is a great option as well. John, Certified C3 Boss, thanks for another great year of content. Well, thank you, brother. I wouldn't be here without you. Tiger Hoods, hell yeah. Says, hey, big fan, wondering for ages why you never review the Casio Edifice. Makes some nice 200-meter divers. What do you think about them? Well, what bothered me about the Casio Edifice was ever since I started talking about Ever since I started talking about the Seiko tuna, people were like, oh, I can just get an edifice and it'd be the same thing. I'm like, no. So I might get an edifice just to compare it to the tuna, just to show you guys that there's a huge difference. But yeah, so I might review one. J-Rod says, that poor lady was like, why is this man talking to himself? Bernie with the super chat says, hey Jory, what are your orology predictions for 2020? So this is interesting. You know, stainless steel blue dial integrated bracelets were very big on the tail end of 2019. We were coming off the Pepsi hype, which was coming off of the bronze hype. Okay, so we had bronze, then we had this kind of interesting Pepsi bezel thing. Now we have more integrated bracelets. Rose gold was also very, very, very big. So what I'm anticipating is I actually think there's going to be a bigger push with precious metals. I think there's going to be a much bigger push for precious metals. Mark my words, I think white gold is the next big thing, okay? I think white gold is going to be very big at the beginning of 2020. Why? Because a lot of companies are releasing a lot of white gold variants, okay? So for instance, the Longa Datograph Perpetual Tourbillon, the Chopard LUC, the LUC Rake edition. Yeah, I think that these are, I don't know, do you agree, do you disagree? I think white gold is the next material that's gonna be pushed. But let me know, do you think my reasoning is sound? Jeremy says, prediction, not a Longa Zon sponsorship. Guys, you don't think that Longa's gonna sponsor me? Someday. Tippy says, a Jew that celebrates Christmas, that's illegal. Well, not really. I can do whatever the heck I want because I'm an American. Sam Brooks says, white gold and platinum. Stealth wealth, baby. William J. Steve, what's happening behind me? I don't know. I'm learning about this the same way you are, but we have a bunch of first responders here. I hope everything's okay. Hey, you guys want to learn about this with me? Okay, so unfortunately, there's a cafe around the corner here, and a bunch of medics are going into the cafe. So someone might have fallen ill. I'm praying for him. Yeah, I hope. Oh, they're bringing out the stretcher. I hope everyone's okay. Yeah. So in LA, we don't have really separate EMTs with the fire department. So the fire department are the paramedics. So whenever there's a medic call, LA will send out a fire truck plus an ambulance. So the reason I bring that up is because it might not be as bad as it looks. I'm hoping it's not as bad as it looks. So what did you do, Jory? Oh my God. Pray they're okay. We will pray they're okay. Yeah, you know what? We're going to move around here so that anybody that's getting put on, we don't need to make them feel uncomfortable. Vince, have a good one, brother. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Jeremy says, well, you said such great things about the Odysseus. Yeah, I don't like the Odysseus, but I love their Perpetual Tourbillon. You know what? Can you guys even see me? See, they already left. We're good to go. J-Rod says, I'll be the first to admit, I can't tell white gold from stainless steel besides wear weight. Yeah, that's kind of the point. Anybody that says that they can immediately tell white gold from stainless steel is lying. Get yourself a Mont Blanc, I've had one for years. I have a Mont Blanc Meisterstuck rollerball because I'm a casual. Chi-Town says firefighters always show up with paramedics in San Diego too. Yeah, I think it's a California thing, but here in LA, the paramedics are the fire department. So if someone calls for an ambulance, a fire truck will show up along with an ambulance. Chi-Town says respect for Jory, showing respect. Amen. Daniel Lee says, isn't white gold also very practical? I don't know how much it costs to use white gold over rose or yellow, but gold is also used for its ability to resist tarnish. So, yeah, I mean, I suppose you could make an argument that certain precious metals are very practical. I just like the idea of the stealth wealth, of the kind of, you know what you got, but not everybody else does. I kind of like that. Rick Green, Certified T3 Bot, says, what's up, T3 Nation? Jeremy Rosenstock says, thanks so much for a great year, man. If you're ever coming to New Zealand, we have a place for you. Well, I'm a Kiwi at heart. One of my roommates in college, I lived with them for, man, probably like 6 years, 6 or 7 years. We were roommates for a really long time. One of my best bros, he's a Kiwi, and he's in New Zealand right now. So I will take you up on that, and we'll eat some good food down there. I gotta work on my accent. Reading comments. I'm reading comments, guys. William J says, I don't think blue dials are a fad. I think they wear well with jeans. I think a lot of things wear well with jeans. I wore my my Vacheron, my yellow gold Vacheron yesterday with some jeans. Milk the Moderator says, Khalid super chatted, Citizen titanium watch is worth buying. Probably. I mean, it depends which one. I don't know why you wouldn't. You know which watch I really like from Citizen is that Eco Drive ProMaster Tough. I might have to get one and torture it. I'm thinking about doing that. Swatch? Yeah, I like Swatch. Reading comments. Bernie says, not so precious, but I feel titanium may be the thing in 2020. Maybe. A lot of companies already have their titanium watches out. I like some titanium. I like. Man, speaking of titanium, that Pro Pilot X, how about that, huh? Sam Brooks says, I'm wearing yellow gold Rolex blue dial and jeans. Yeah, that looks great. John, Certified T3 says, how soon will you be restocking Pateks at the shop? If you guys keep supporting the channel and buying things from the T3 shop, then eventually we might have some Pateks. Fingers crossed, guys. Hey, who knows, man? 2020, we might scale up. That would be amazing. Ever check Toker watches? One of my friends is a big fan of theirs, so I might have to check them out. I really trust his watch collecting acumen, so I might have to go ahead and take the plunge and check out Toker watches. Dima, have you seen the new Star Wars movie, by the way? I saw it on release day. Ooh, boy, it was shite. Yeah, so I heard, I heard a lot of people were disappointed. I haven't seen it yet because I've been working, guys. I know, the shop and the channel, man. But I would like to see it. Please, no spoilers, guys. Please, no spoilers. I've heard a lot of people are upset, but you know, the same thing that I said about Rolex building up some hype. the same thing happens with Star Wars. Whenever a big IP comes out and they're building hype, people have such high expectations that people are bound to get a little bit disappointed. I'm still mad that they killed. Oh, never mind. In the other one, the character that I really liked, who ended up dying, that still bothered me. He was friends with Chewbacca. I'm still mad about that. People are shut it about Star Wars. Merrick says, I agree. I think he agrees with me. I'm still mad about Solo. Yeah, dude, and it ends up that Bruce Willis was a ghost. Dude, you know what bothers me about Sixth Sense? I'm gonna spoiler Sixth Sense. I'm gonna rant about this. I'm not even gonna ask about it. You know what bothers me about the movie Sixth Sense? Bruce Willis was dead the entire movie and he still went to work. Imagine having that dedication, dude. He was dead the entire time and this idiot still went to his job. Dude, the second I'm a ghost, I'm like, peace. I'm gonna be riding in 911s, freaking doing donuts on some racetrack. I'm not gonna go to work when I'm dead. That's why the expression is, I'll stop when I'm dead. Like, I will stop doing this when I'm dead. The dude was dead the entire movie and still went to work. What an idiot. Anakin dies in the new movie. Yeah, Jar Jar Binks shows up and cuts off his head and he's like, wow, this is pod racing. People are asking for a wristwatch check. Hold up. Sabro 17, baby. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Dima says, Jory, no joke, Jar Jar Binks with a Sith Lord.
Me so sorry, Annie. Annie, this is pod racing.
Yeah, dude, Anakin is there, and he's like, Anakin's about to have a standoff with Baby Yoda, and then Jar Jar just teleports behind him, and Jar Jar's like,
nothing personal, Annie.
and then just freaking kills him. That's what I heard, dude. Sorry to spoil it. Sorry to spoil it. Dude, could you imagine that scene? Baby Yoda is in a standoff with Anakin, and it's this big built-up scene, dude, and they're about to go at it, and it is like the music score is like, dude, you know something's gonna go down. Their lightsabers are like, screen goes wide, cuts to their eyes. They're about to duke it out, man, and all of a sudden, from behind Anakin, Jar Jar just materializes and he's like,
nothing personal, Annie.
Cuts him in half, dude. That's why people are mad about the new Star Wars. I just ended it for you guys. George Lucas is gonna sue me. Daniel Lee with the super chat says, what's your opinion on how can we just go back to watches after this? What's your opinion on Rolex oyster quartz in general? They seem like a cool piece of history. They're absolutely a piece of quartz crisis history. If you say that you don't like the oyster quartz simply because it's quartz, you are fooling yourself. Fooling. Def Leppard. Because it's so cool. It has an angular oyster case, integrated bracelet, before integrated bracelets were cool. And it is a quartz Rolex. I mean, come on, oyster quartz, that is like quartz crisis. Dude, I'm gonna hop in to a yellow Testarossa with my yellow gold oyster day or oyster quartz, whatever, and with my pastel leisure suit, and I'm just gonna go cruise down Sunset or PCH, bro. Sand resistant watch. Mudmaster, maybe? David says, hi, Jory. Dave from Scotland here. Just bought a bottle of an oceanographer for 150. Is that a good deal? That's my impression. Hello, it's Jodie from Just One More Watch. For 150, what does that convert to in American money? Cowboy Swami with a super chat real quick. Seiko 7C46 versus 9F62 differences. I am a 7C46 fanatic. You will never convince me. Obviously, people are going to be like, 9F, dude. The 9F, obviously. 9F is much more decorated, and they've spent probably more time with it. I think that's also thermoregulated. Yeah, it's thermoregulated, decorated. But you can't beat the sheer resilience of a 7C46.
Nothing personal, Annie.
Laszlo Devai, hello and welcome. What watches should Star Wars characters wear? Depends which character, man. Pocket sand. Reading questions. Lee Bishop says the wife's waiting for a movie night. Well, enjoy your movie. We won't spoil it for you. Skari 1138 says, does a khaki auto crown seem scratchy and loud to you, or is it just me? It doesn't seem like that to me. I'm just mad that it's not threaded. What a shame. Kyle Brown says, what kind of coffee are you drinking? There's a local shop here that sells Turkish Delight flavored coffee. It's awesome. This is just Vietnamese coffee. I drink it on Saturdays as a little sweet treat. 194.96 US. Yeah, that's a good deal. Jeremy says Jar Jar Daniel Wellington because after the first time you use it, it's worthless. Amen to that. Lee says, hey buddy, thanks for the funny year. Loved it. Can't wait for 2020. Have a great Christmas all. Merry Christmas, brother. Enjoy yourself. Yeah, I need to watch The Mandalorian too, guys. Sam says, do you have onboard air in your Jeep? Before ARB had Milwaukee V12 air compressor. Yeah, I got a compressor. You got to, dude. If you air down, you got to air up. Merrick says, you got to watch The Mandalorian. Yeah, I know. Got to find some time to sit down and catch up because everyone's like, have you seen The Mandalorian? Baby Yoda. James K with a super chat says, of 3 stars, Trek Wars Gate, which is your favorite? In the order that it is, probably Star Wars, Stargate, then Star Trek. Never really gone to Star Trek, but Stargate was really fun when I was younger. William J says, tuned in late. How did you get back to tasty Vietnamese coffee? Well, I finally spoke to the owners of the shop and I told them that the girl was not making the coffee well, and so they kind of sneakily did a new not a test. They told me that they were going to do like a covert explanation on the machines and how to make it, and so I guess it worked because she made me a good cup this morning. James K says, William, Jory actually got the girl fired and it was truly a Christmas miracle. That's true. Sakari says, Khaki Auto Titanium has a 10-bar water resistance rating, no threaded crown. Wish it just had a freaking threaded crown. Let's do that. Patrick Petito, Certified T3 Bot, says, Merry Christmas and Happy Early Hanukkah. Well, thank you so much. Same to you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I hope everyone enjoys themselves. Chi-Town, California says, Jory, who's your favorite James Bond actor? Better be Sean Connery. I think easily Sean Connery's the best, then Pierce Brosnan, then Daniel Craig. Roger Moore, I did not really like, but I think he was better than Timothy Dalton. And then there was that guy that did like one movie. Who was the dude that did James Bond in like one movie? So in the order for me, it's like it's Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan, Daniel Craig, Roger Moore, and Timothy Dalton. I don't really like either of them, but whatever. Yeah, George Lazenby, yeah. Alright. He shouldn't even be on the list because no one even remembers him. Daniel Lee says, ooh, Vietnamese coffee, now I want some. Been on a Vietnamese sandwich kick. Ooh, banh mi. I love banh mi, man. I'm gonna have to get that for lunch. Pudge says, I remember him. Well, I should have said I don't remember him. And if I don't remember him, then he is insignificant. Timothy Dalton is the best Bond. Yeah, but everything Timothy Dalton does just seems goofy. You know what I mean? Like, the other, like, okay. Sean Connery was very dapper in like a tough, I don't care way. Pierce Brosnan was very proper English, but also he had, I don't know, he was a bit spicy. He could be a bit, dare I say, sexual. Roger Moore, just kind of generally unlikable, in my opinion. He was just like an unlikable James Bond. And he didn't seem that suave or dapper. Like, both Sean Connery and Pierce Brosnan, they were both kind of suave. Daniel Craig, he kind of seems very tough and stoic. Doesn't have the same suaveness as the other ones. A little bit more rough around the edges, but you can like him. And then Timothy Dalton seems like he was fumbling through the movies, and he was like a James Bond that everything was happening by accident. Does that make sense? And then the George Lazenby, who cares? Do you agree or disagree? William says, does your watchmaker specifically work on vintage watches? No, he does it all, man. He totally took apart my Navitimer and put it back together recently. And that wasn't a vintage watch. Oh man, Timothy Dalton and Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz was a great movie. Underrated. Dalton fumbling. Hurts to hear this. Yeah, we got a Bengals fan here. Could you add a threaded crown to a watch? Maybe if you had a die and a really small one and you somehow threaded the case and then you added a threaded crown, that worked, but it'd be way more work than it's worth. That's a question I get a lot. I might have to have the watchmaker in an episode and talk about that. Because people assume they're like, hey, why don't you just put a threaded crown on the watch? And I'm like, it doesn't quite work that way. Yeah, or what you can do is like the Pasha design where you just screw on a big cap on the outside. Nani? Nani timer? The Baka timer? Desu timer? Senpai timer? Reading questions. Oh, 94 minutes, guys. Heck yeah. Yo, some more quick fire questions. I'm running out of coffee here. WV David just says, just buy a better watch, guys. Why mess around with putting threaded crowns on things and cutting into the case? Just buy a better watch. Amen to that. Like this one. Man, I freaking love this watch. This absolutely deserved the one watch collection list. So Ploprof or the Deep Sea, the James Cameron edition, definitely Ploprof for me. James K, do you recommend preemptively doing quartz watch battery replacements? Probably. Another thing is that if your watch battery is dead, get it out of there. Get it out of there. Don't let a dead battery sit in a watch. You do not want it going bad in the watch, and then it will just totally destroy your watch. Anthony says, what would be your first entry-level luxury watch if you were just starting out collecting? Well, Anthony, one of my moderators will link you, hopefully, if one of my moderators are here. I have a full playlist dedicated to watches for the new collector. So please check out that playlist because I've compiled, there's over 400 episodes on my channel, and I've compiled playlists for the new watch collector. And I actually have breakdowns of things that you can choose from. What would be my first entry-level luxury watch? Well, I guess it depends on your spending power, your spending ability. It really depends, honestly. It really depends. Are we talking vintage? Are we talking modern? Are we talking sports watch? Are we talking dress watch? Over 1,000, under 1,000? There's a lot of variables. HH says, hey, my dude, just got my first watch for my 18th birthday, Pulsar Solar with a date window. Is it a good place to start? Hey, man, it doesn't matter where you start as long as you start. Welcome to the watch world. It is a crippling addiction. And misery loves company, so I'm happy to have you. It's a great place to start, bro. Mazel tov. Enjoy it. Wear it in good health. Sam Brooks says, I don't know, people buy crappy 4x4s and turn them into comparable things to Jeeps and Land Rovers and Land Cruisers. Reading questions. Reading questions. William J says, man, I freaking love this watch. How many times a week do we all say that? I know, right? Whatever watch I'm wearing, I'm usually like, wow, this is the best. Patrick Petito, Certified T3 Bot, says, need a recommendation for my dad's retirement gift. A watch with stainless steel bracelet. He likes divers and dressier watches. Budget around $1,500. No homages. Looking new. So something a bit sportier, but something with a more refined look. On a bracelet. No homages. New. I would say Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot on a bracelet. Do it. Anthony Lopez, Milk of the Moderator, thank you so much. He posted a link to my playlist of episodes for new watch collectors. So that'll probably be a better place to start because there's more things to choose from. And it kind of goes in more detail about why I recommend those pieces. Jeremy Rosenstock says, nice thing about Rolex is if you are new, you'll probably buy something in the end you won't be a fan of. Rolex is the best watch for resale value if you want to let it go. Bernie says, my favorite watch is the watch I'm wearing. James K, Certified T3 and Moderator, says, was there ever a watch you had to have, tried it on, and said, nah, not for me? twice. This happened to me twice. The first time was, well, okay. So the first time was, do you guys remember the Wimbledon edition date just? I wanted one. Really bad, actually, for a long while. And two-tone, beautiful, beautiful watch. I still think it looks nice. When I went to an AD, I was gonna try it on. I tried it on. I was with Connie, actually. I tried it on, and they didn't have the fluted bezel. They had the smooth bezel. And I don't know what would have happened if they had the fluted bezel, because I wanted the fluted bezel. But I put it on after, and I was so excited to finally see this watch in person. And when I put it on, I just realized, man, it's too big. It's too big. It's a whole lot of watch. It doesn't wear like any vintage dates or date justs. And yeah, I walked away. I didn't like it. That's the first time that happened. The second time was, and this is a really unfortunate one. I went to the Grand Seiko boutique and I put on their titanium high beat diver. They had the regular one, if you can call it regular, and they had the special edition. I put it on, and the thing is so light. It's larger, but it's light, and it messed with my head. It almost felt like I don't want to say it felt like a toy. It felt solid, but I almost wanted it in stainless steel. And so that happened to me as well there. But I was just excited to be there at the boutique. They were all very nice. So yeah, when they had media photos of it, I was like incredibly stoked. And then, yeah, I just wasn't that into it when I wore it. HH, do you recommend buying watches in store or online? Well, if you have a store that has an incredible catalog, like the Time Teller shop, then I'd buy it from online. But if you can, yeah, I would recommend trying the watches on in person. Obviously, you can see if you like it, you can see how it looks. I'm just being honest. James K, certified T3 bot and moderator, says, for me, it was the Tiger Tudor, or the Tudor Tiger Chrono. That's one of the worst watches Tudor has ever made, because with the way the dual registers are on that watch and the way they make those freaking ugly, terrible, disastrous, disgusting, abhorrent snowflake hands for like an hour each day, multiple hours, one of the subdials is obstructed. So if you even want to use the chronograph complication, you better hope that the watch, the snowflake hand, is not covering up the freaking chronograph register. I hate that. Guys, if you can patch me in on Rick Green, that's a great idea. If you guys can get in contact, that'd be great. If you want to patch me in, CC me on that email, that'd be awesome. Also, James K and Milcom, can you do a group email? Can you email me, please? Can you guys both email me in one email? That would make it super easy on my end. Paul says, so Tudor's your new favorite. Shitesound says, aw, Jory loves snowflake hands. Rick Green, certified T3 bot, says, hey James, are you gonna contact Milcom so we can try to get a T3 bot Instagram messenger group going? That would be a great idea. Kari, what was your question? He says he has a weird question. Uh-oh. Daniel Lee says, man, T3 went back in time with that zone out. Yeah, I was trying to think of like the occasions that happened. But yeah, that Wimbledon date just I did not like, and then that I forgot the reference number, but that titanium high beat diver from Grand Seiko. Frank Sebastian Bell, what's going on? James K says, by the way, Jory, I did email you a couple weeks ago as requested. Yeah, I want you and Milcom to email me together in one email because that'll be a lot easier to talk to you guys. Sherry Carpenter says, I received my Serica WWW with the black dial and broad arrow hands. Dude, that is so sick. People did not like me speaking so highly of that watch, apparently, because they're like, oh, I don't trust you because they paid you. They didn't pay me. I literally wrote to Matt Haranek and was like, hey, can I please look at this watch? And he was like, yeah. So they did not pay me for that review. I don't just think it's great because I like Matt. I think it's great because it's a watch that happens to be right up my alley. Coke Z says, hello from Thailand. I'm new here. Love your show. Well, thank you. Welcome, dude. And amen to Thailand. Muay Thai, baby. It's a badass sport. HH says, also, if you want to pass down a watch, what kind of specs are needed as a minimum? Just has to be your watch. Doesn't matter what it is. If you pass it down, as long as it's yours, it'll be special to whoever you're giving it to. Sherry says, it is an awesome watch. Trust T3. Yeah, that is a really sick watch. I love that watch. Anthony says, I'm excited to get some Barton straps for Christmas. Dude, I told you, straps are such a great stocking stuffer. Guys, if we could get a T3 bot chat, that would be awesome. And I would totally partake. Hey guys, you know what? What if we did a T3 bot chat on Instagram where only the T3 bots can show up, and you guys might get sneak peeks on the inventory at the shop. Dr. Kushik Sharma says, could you please answer which is a better Mudmaster, the Casio G-Shock GGB 100 versus the Casio G-Shock GWG 1000? The GWG 1000 because it has the triple sensor. Milk of the Moderator says, interesting, email at James K. I'll do the mod mail now. Perfect. If we can get that going, doesn't necessarily have to be on Instagram. If we can figure out how to do a T3 bot chat somewhere, I don't know what, I'm gonna need some help figuring it out, but if we could do that, I'm gonna do a thing where only the T3 bots will get a sneak peek on the inventory and they'll get first dibs. So that's incentive to support the channel and join the T3 bot army officially. So I think that'd be fun. It'd be a great way to help the channel, and it'd be a great way to let the bots know what's going on at the store. Sakari says T3 bot Discord. Yeah, I would second Discord over Instagram, better chat experience. I've never used it, guys. Help me out with this. Burger Slayer 83 says, what up, Jory? Sandwich, baby. Knuckle sandwich. Oh, my phone's telling me that it is gonna die soon. GreyCats99 says, but if you're dead and you don't know you are, Sixth Sense, would you still wear your watch or not anymore because somebody inherited it? Well, I mean, then how deep do we want to go with this? Because would you still wear clothes? Jeremy Rosenstock says, just to screw with everyone, you should name it Hello. It's just one more watch. I'd wear clothes if I were dead. I probably wouldn't. But guys, my phone is... Dr. Kushik Sharma says, thank you, Jory. Well, thank you, brother. Again, triple sensor, go triple sensor. Don't go quad sensor. The new carbon core is a joke. It's just a triple sensor with a step counter added. You don't need a step counter when you're in the field. It doesn't matter. When I'm camping, I don't need a step counter. I'm sorry. Coke Z says, see you later, save your battery. Well, my phone's literally about to die, and I don't want to say all the thank yous that I need to thank and have it down me. So guys, we're going to wrap it up, but hear me out. I know, Robert, I need more watches at the shop. So hear me out. This is what we're going to do. After Christmas, I'm going to be doing a restock, okay? And the reason I'm waiting until after Christmas was because things ended up selling out much quicker than we thought. Jeremy, I love you, bro. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting the shop. You rock. I hope you wear your Frederican Stomp Moon Timer in good health. Jeremy is very special because he was actually the first purchase at the Time Teller shop ever. Jeremy, I don't know if you actually know that, but you were actually the first person to buy anything from my store. So I freaking love you, bro. Thank you so much. So okay, the shop sold out like much faster than I anticipated. So Rick Green, have a good one, brother. And I realized that I'm probably not going to be able to get the inventory in here so that I can inspect it, take pictures of it, and post it on the site before Christmas. So instead of dealing with all that hectic stuff, we sold the last watch last night, and I am going to go ahead and do, I'm gonna go ahead and do a restock after Christmas, and I'm going to extend some sales to you guys to hit the new year hard and just celebrate 2020. So stay tuned. I hope you guys are still interested in picking up some watches for the new year, and it will happen. Also, I just want to go ahead and thank you guys. I think I might be able to live stream before the new year, obviously, but I want to thank you because we did a whole lot this year. Let's see, I got editors this year, something like the business scaled. I got 2 editors. I started a shop. We broke past 80,000 subscribers. This all became very real. It's very, very, very real, and I get to hang out with, you know, hundreds of people every week. So it's just very crazy, and I want to thank each and every one of you. And going into the holiday season, I just want to share some perspective with you guys. You know, life is crazy. It happens fast. Things change for the better, and too often we get consumed with, you know, the negative possibilities. We get consumed with what can go wrong. The truth is, if you're dedicated, if you are obsessively, stubbornly dedicated to doing something, and you're very passionate, you're honest, and you're consistent, things will happen. And I'm proof of it. So I couldn't do any of this without you guys. If you're going into this holiday season or this new year unsure of anything, or upset or down in the dumps, or you don't know what's going on, don't worry about it, because that's what happened to me. That's where I was, and things change when you start acting. And so if you're not sure if you're special or you're significant, I'm letting you know this holiday season you are absolutely significant, because you made things happen for this channel. You are part of the T3 army. You are special. I love you, each and every one of you. Don't think I don't notice you, because I read each and every one of your comments. On Instagram, there's a ton of messages. I get like 100 messages a day. I'm trying to take them down, but especially on the live streams, especially on the episodes, I read each and every question, each and every comment. I get a lot of BS, mean comments every day, but the good vastly outweighs the bad. So find the good, and you will be set. So guys, I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Yeah. So this is how we're gonna end it. Number 1, get out of your comfort zone. Do something that makes you a little bit nervous every day. It will pay off. Screaming in front of a camera every day, screaming in front of a camera in public is weird. It's uncomfortable. There's people walking around looking at me right now, and that's fine, because it pays off, because I get to hang out with my friends, and we get to have fun. So number 1, get out of your comfort zone. It is worth it. Meeting Connie changed my life. That was uncomfortable, trying to talk to her because she denied me 3 times. It paid off, because I'm stubbornly resilient, excuse me. Yeah, get out of your comfort zone. Number 2, tell someone you love them. You shouldn't have to go a moment without telling someone you love them. So I love you, each and every one of you. We just broke past 83,000 subscribers, by the way. Last night we hit 83,000 subscribers. So I love each and every one of you guys. You guys rock. You guys absolutely rock. So yeah, send me some pics of your holiday celebrations, of your Christmas spread, of your stocking stuffers. Send some pics. I want to celebrate with you guys. Merry freaking Christmas, you filthy animals. Home Alone reference. And happy Hanukkah. Enjoy the Festival of Lights. Eat some latkes and some applesauce, and I'll be partying with you guys. All right. Love you guys. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Always remember, I didn't invent time. Ho, 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 ho. I just tell it. Love you guys.